Real talk, what's the best website to post your art on if you are first starting out? What's going on, my fellow fuzzbutts? Zabu the Sergal here, and I'm back with another video just to educate my people. And today we're kicking off with another episode of Sergal's Thoughts. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get in this. What are some cheap fursuits that I can buy? I have at least 300 in my account. Ooh. I hate to say it, but nowadays, especially in today's fursuit climate, $300 really won't get you a whole lot. Back, I'd say about 5, 6, 7 years ago, $300 could at least get you a low to mid-grade fursuit head. But ever since, with the cost of living going up and then the inflation among fursuit costs in general, $300 may get you some hand paws and a tail, but as far as like getting the head, which is like the main part of a fursuit, they usually start at like the $500 to $600 range. So unfortunately, trying to get a fursuit, like even a partial for $300, like that is way too low. It's a start. Like, you can definitely get a commission started with $300, like use that as a down payment and then like negotiate a payment plan for the future. But as far as an entire fursuit for only $300, I don't see that happening. Should I tell my parents that I'm a furry? I am in the LDS Church. LDS, what is that? The Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints, also called Mormonism. My parents are very strict, sometimes harsh, so I don't know if I should tell them that I'm in the fandom. I'm also 50% sure that they might already know I'm a furry. What do I do? Some people have said, stop being a furry, simple as. You should not. They will accept you much more if they can see how important and beneficial the fandom is to you. That's how you can tell them. I feel like you should ease your way into it, maybe talk to some furries a few times and see their reactions and comments. If they seem neutral and don't go off a lot of positive or negative vibes, it's possibly best to wait a little while. I heard something like this when someone else was sadly, I cannot give credit to the creator. Why not? It's a hobby, not a sexuality. Exactly. It is just something that we do. It's not something that you have to come out as or anything of that nature. It's just something that we do. And a good place to start is to show them the convention videos, because as we know, cons are like all the rage whenever it comes to the furry fandom. It's not the only thing that you can do within the fandom, but as we know, cons are amazing, they're fun, you can meet people, all that stuff. Like, cons are just all around good, and that's like one of the easiest ways to introduce someone to the fandom. So just show them a con video of people just kind of romping around doing this and that, and just let them know, like, yo, this stuff looks really fun and this is the type of stuff that I like. And, go from there. Not saying when you should do that, but whenever the time is right, that would probably be the best place to start. I'm a regular guy engaged to a furry. Hey, I was there once. I'm a 32-year-old guy, and I've been with my husband for the past 7 years, and will be marrying him next month. He just so happens to be a furry. He owns 2 full fursuits, a wolf and a husky. I've known this for pretty much the whole time we've been together. I don't consider myself part of the fandom, but I've never had an issue with it. In fact, I'm a pretty open-minded guy. I never imagined I'd actually wind up in love with one. I can't wait to call him my husband next month. First of all, congratulations on your engagement, and I'm glad that you guys are getting married. And there's really not much else to it. I mean, if you two are, getting along and y'all personalities and stuff connect, then y'all are fine, and well, then that's perfectly fine. You don't have to be a member of the fandom to date someone or engage or marry someone that is in the fandom, because although hobbies can align, they don't have to. It's perfectly fine for you and your husband to, have different interests. That's all well and good. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as the relationship is good, you guys get along, then it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Bonus points, though, if you two are interested in at least hearing out the other side as to what their hobbies are. Like, if he wants to, go to a convention with you and see what it's like and all that stuff and actually be involved in your hobbies and interests, that gives major bonus points, and I highly recommend that. Real talk, what's the best website to post your art on if you are first starting out? such as FA, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram. Honestly, the more exposure you give yourself, the faster you will grow. Step one, pick a username that you can stay consistent with across all of your social media. For example, mine is Zabu Taicho. Yes, I do still have Zabu the Sergal, but that's more of like just this face that you see here. All of my creative aspects have been moved to Zabu Taicho, and you can pretty much search that username on just about any platform and you will find my stuff. So that way, no matter what you're drawing and no matter what site that people prefer, some way or another, they will find you because you're posting your stuff on every website. If you stay exclusive to FA, then you're only going to find people who use FA. And not a lot of people use FA, but stuff like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, stuff like that, a lot more people use those sites. So the more publicity you give to yourself, the more traction you're going to gain. And if all of your usernames are consistent, it's going to be easy for them to, find out who it is and then draw that back to you. So yeah, two big recommendations. Find a consistent username and post everywhere, like in as many sites as you can, like just all over the place. The easier it is for them to find you, the better off it's going to be as well. If your username is, Dogman123 on FA, and then on Twitter you're Mr. Dog123, like there's gonna be not a lot of overlap. You want to be Dogman123 on every single site across the board. Okay, so I must ask, why are so many furries, how do I say this without being rude, generic wolves? Like, what's up with that? One guy says, think of it as a default skin from Fortnite. You first join and it looks cool and cute. As you journey along and discover more, you know better, your fursona is evolving along with you. That is actually a good analogy. Think about like skins from games. Whenever you first get the game, you have an access to just these couple of skins and then you choose from there. But as you get more experience in the game and as you unlock more things, you'll start to unlock more skin options. And the more you have at your disposal, the better the skins will be as time goes on, and stuff like that. I know that was a little bit all over the place, but yes, it's something that does kind of happen over time. Not everyone starts with something generic. Like, for example, my fursona is Zabu the Sergal, and at the time, it was a very unique thing because I was just looking for something that spoke to me. But to other people, wolves and canines and cats and stuff like that might just be their favorite animals. So, of course, they want to lead with that. And then as time goes on, then they kind of morph their sona as they, get more involved in the fandom, they grow older and all that stuff. Let's settle this about furries. Are they cringe or not? Yes, we are cringe and we embrace the cringe. I want to be praised like a puppy. Is that weird? Biddy, did you ghostwrite this post? I consider myself a furry, but I like getting praised and treated like a puppy. I love it when people call me good girl. Something about that just makes me weirdly. Is that strange or normal for a furry? No, you're just what they call a puppy girl. And trust me, there is a vast community of puppy girls. For example, my best friend Biddy, she is a puppy girl, and she would just love to just tell you all about it and hobnob and all that stuff. This guy says, that's just a praise kink with extra steps. All in all, you're a puppy girl, pet play is your thing, and yeah, like the community is a lot bigger than it may seem. So yeah, definitely look around and find your people, because there are a lot of people that are just like you. I have a question. Do I tell my friends that I'm a furry or do I not? And if I do, how do I tell them that I am? Well, I mean, if they're your friends, they should probably kind of already know through the grapevine that, what your hobbies are, like your hobbies and interests. And if furry is in one of those hobbies or interests, as your friends, they should kind of know that already. It's definitely not something that you need to come out as, but you could just kind of, bring it up in conversation. Ask them, like, have y'all ever wanted to go to a fur con, What do you think about the fur cons? What do you think about fursuits? Or like, yo, watch this video of this guy dancing at the rave. Or like, what you think about that? Like, it's easy to just kind of segue into it. But as far as like being like, okay, let me sit on my friends down and just, I am a furry. You don't have to do that. But after that, I'm gonna go ahead and close this. All the Social media links is down in the dibbly below. You know, follow me on this, that, and the other. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. But for right now, my name is Zabu the Sergal, and I'm out of here. Blah, 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 blah.